Hello Aries, welcome to Fifth House Divination. My name is Kirsty and today we are doing your options for May 2021 reading. So these readings look at a situation that's coming towards you that may result in a choice of two courses of action. So by having a look to see how each course of action could pan out for you, hopefully this will give you a little bit more information about which way it is that you actually want to go. Readings are general, so please do just take what resonates, and obviously feel free to check out your other sun, moon and rising signs if you know them. They could provide additional information for you, Aries. Today I'm using the Tarot Illuminati, and I'm going to be clarifying with the Heaven and Earth deck. I have done full unboxings for both of these decks on the channel, so if you are a deck collector and you like the artwork on these decks, then feel free to check those out. Okay, so Aries, just pop this out of the way. So what's coming towards you then? Oh, we've got the World, which is the ending of a big cycle, crossed by the Six of Swords. So this talks about needing to move away from something, needing to take action to move on to something a little bit calmer. So this is putting you into the Nine of Pentacles, okay, which is material self-sufficiency. The two options then for you is the Seven of Swords, which talks about strategy and planning, possibly flying under the radar a little bit with some of your plans, maybe not telling everybody what you're doing. The other side is the Empress, so this relates to some form of creativity. So if you go down the Seven of Swords route, there's going to be some kind of Six of Pentacles, which is reciprocation, opposite the Four of Cups. And the outcome is the Five of Swords. And on this side, we've got the Nine of Wands. Underlying energy is the Prince of Cups. Okay. So okay, so Aries, what you have then coming in is the World card, and the World card talks about the closing out of a cycle. This would be something fairly large in your life, so this could be a job, a relationship, and there does seem to be a fair amount of cup energy here, and we have got the Prince of Cups as the underlying energy, so this could very much be talking about an emotional connection. And so with the World card, this does talk about closing out a cycle. And the crossing card for this, so the crossing card is generally what is stopping something or encouraging something. We've got the Six of Swords, and this means actually sort of physically putting something down and stepping away from it. So I feel that there is a cycle that is coming to a close. This will be something fairly large in your life, so you will be aware of whatever this is. So this will be something that's been with you for a very long time, and there is a need to move away from it. The Six of Swords talks about moving on to calmer waters or moving on to a better situation, but the Swords is the suit of the mind, so sometimes this can be literally just thinking, well, you know what, I'm not going to engage with that anymore, I'm not going to think about that anymore, I'm just done with it, I'm putting it down and I'm stepping away. The Six of Swords can also be a geographical move, so for some of you there may actually be a geographical move that comes with this. So your response to this is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles talks about material self-sufficiency. So I feel, looking at the other cards, for some of you this could be something that is coming to a close, it's closing out, and this has got you either thinking about your own material self-sufficiency, thinking about your own resources, if this is an end to a relationship or some form of collaboration, and you know that it's coming to an end and you need to move away from this situation, then you could be thinking about, you know, how you can self-sustain yourself, your own resources, or this could literally just be thinking about, you know, yourself and putting yourself first. The Nine of Pentacles can also be the single person card. So again, as I say, for some of you, this could be talking about leaving a romantic relationship of some description, possibly. So after you've understood that this is coming to a close and that you need to move away, and you've started thinking about your material independence, material abundance, material self-sufficiency, the two options that are coming in for you is the Seven of Swords. Oops. The Seven of Swords, which talks about strategizing, making a plan. The Swords, as I say, is the mental energy, so this could be planning and strategizing. Sometimes the Seven of Swords, they are plans and strategies that not everybody is aware of. This card has a little bit of a reputation of deception, but I think generally this can just be making a plan to exit a situation, but not broadcasting it to everybody. This could just be something that you may be doing on the down low. As I say, it may or may not be on the down low, but this is the Seven of Swords does talk about planning and strategy. And the other option is the Empress card, and the Empress card is the it's the divine feminine. So for some of you, this could be an option between leaving a situation and staying within a connection where you are the divine feminine, sort of staying with your divine counterpart. Empress is feminine energy, but obviously it's not gender specific, so just take it how it resonates. Or this could be talking about, for some of you, could be the motherhood card, or this is just the card of real creativity. The Empress is the ultimate creator in the deck. So this could be talking about, so we've got the Seven of Swords, which is thinking, planning and strategizing. The Empress is actually a sort of a gestation, creating something, thinking of something creatively that you can do rather than planning and strategizing. Okay, so if we go down this left hand side then, so we've got the Seven of Swords, and so what will then be needed from you is the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is the material reciprocation card. So I feel that for this plan or this strategy to pan out, you will be putting in some resources, but you'll be needing resources from other people, or you will have to contribute some resources to other people. The Six of Pentacles talks about give and take. Sometimes it can be a charity card, so giving charitably to others or receiving charitable donations from other people. So if you go down this route of strategy and planning, as I say, if you're trying to extricate yourself from a situation, it may well be that you do need the cooperation of other people. But this will be something in the material realm. And then the outcome of this, we've got the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords for me is always the victory at a cost card. So this for the Five of Swords talks about winning. So you will win. Looking at this, this person has all the swords and the other people are defeated. But a lot of the time when we win, sometimes, you kind of think, well, was it really worth it? The Five of Swords for me is the collateral damage card. So you kind of get what you want, but sometimes you could do damage to the people around you. So with the Five of Swords, there is that understanding. I mean, everything comes at a cost, doesn't it? You have to break a few eggs to make an omelette. So with the Five of Swords, whatever this strategy or planning is, there's going to be some kind of cooperation that's needed, or you may need to give or receive charitably from other people, some kind of form of reciprocation. And the Five of Swords, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you will achieve, but the Five of Swords can talk about a lot of conflict, and it can also talk about, you will win, but there could be a cost for you involved with that. Going down this side, we've got the Empress, and how this situation evolves is through the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups talks about emotional, it's like emotional ambivalence. It's the card of meh, you know, being offered something, nothing around you being particularly inspiring. At the Four of Cups, there are options in front of us that, you know, they're not really kind of floating our boat. And then there is this Fourth Cup that either we can't see or we are just choosing to ignore. So I feel that going down this route, this feels very much like this feels like the creative process of what you're, you know, being very sort of critical of what you're creating, or having to put up with things that aren't emotionally, don't really resonate with you, emotionally don't make you really very happy, you know, they're not particularly inspiring. The Four of Cards, the Four of Cups is just like, you know, nothing's really, it's the card of meh for me. It's like, do you want this? Like meh, you know, meh. Don't really care either way. So I feel that by going down this route, you are going to be faced with a lot of options that aren't that particularly appealing for you. And so the outcome of this is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is the sort of the wounded warrior. This is somebody who's put a lot of effort into something, and is just, you know, how much longer can this go on for? So I feel that down the creative route, you are going to be coming up against a lot of things that emotionally don't really resonate with you. You'll be feeling very sort of uninspired and thinking, you know, when are we going to get this new cup coming in? And I think energetically it's going to take its toll on you. There's going to be a lot of energy needing to go into this. You'll be thinking, you know, how much longer is this going to go on for? The underlying energy for this is the Prince of Cups. I'll send her there, Princess of Pentacles. And the Prince is the Knights in the other deck. So the Knights get situations moving. So this Prince of Cups talks about getting an emotional or a spiritual situation moving. The Prince of Cups is also the great romantic, so this could be something to do with a romantic situation closing out for some of you. And then, you know, looking at the options that are around you, or possibly strategizing to go after something specific. Prince of Cups could be a person, so this could be somebody who is a romantic, could possibly be a water sign. The princes are the mutable signs. The mutable water is Pisces, so you may possibly, for some of you, may be dealing with a Pisces. I'm going to get a clarifier for these two final cards. But yeah, so the situation then, there is something closing out for you, and you're going to be moving away from it, or there is a need to move away from it, and trying to improve your situation. With the Prince of Cups here, this could be an emotional situation or some kind of spiritual situation that you're involved in. But this is putting you into an energy of being self-sufficient, materially self-sufficient. At the Nine of Pentacles, you have enough, you know, you do have enough resources for yourself. You don't need to rely on other people. And this is then going to give you a choice between the Seven of Swords, which is planning, strategizing, maybe how to exit a situation, or the Empress. The Empress is the divine feminine. It's the sort of the creative part of us. So there is then a choice of possibly collaborating material with somebody, ensuring that you have an equal give and take with somebody, or on the other side there is having to deal with options that aren't particularly inspiring, maybe trying to understand what would bring us some form of emotional pleasure, emotional contentment. And the outcome on both sides, we've got the Five of Swords, which is mental conflict. So this could be conflict with others, this could be conflict within ourselves. But at the Five, a lot of the time we do win, but generally there is some kind of cost associated with it. The Nine of Wands on the other side, this does talk about being energetically pretty exhausted with it. So let's have a look then. Let's pull a clarifier for So this is the Heaven and Earth deck. Let's pull a clarifier for these two bottom cards. So we've got the Five of Swords clarified by the Seven of Wands, which can talk about defensiveness, picking priorities. And on the other side we've got the Two of Swords, and the underlying energy is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords talks about, so this is coming from a place of getting clear about what it is that you need to cut out. So with this Five of Swords, we've got the Seven of Wands. So there could be an element of defensiveness. You may have to defend anything that you have won, and this can cause to conflict. You know, at the Seven of Wands, we are defending we're taking the higher ground, we're defending our winnings, but we're also prioritizing what it is that we want to put our energy towards. And on the other side, with this Nine of Wands, with the Nine of Wands, there is the Two of Swords coming in with this. So I think going down this route, there is going to ultimately, there's going to be a choice. The Two of Swords talks about deciding what is the truth. Putting down one of these swords so you can move forward in clarity. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for you guys. If this was for you, hope you got something from it. Do check out your other Sun, Moon and Rising signs. As I say, there may be something there for you. There is other formats, other styles of content, other topics. I'll link those at the end. And you do have, there is an Aries playlist on the channel, which is just all of the readings, all of the timeless readings, timed and themed readings as well also. So if you check out that, maybe something else in there for you. Look forward to speaking to you again soon, Aries. Thank you ever so much for tuning in today. It's been a real pleasure to do this for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.